Okay.
We're going to wait another minute or two.
I want to wait another minute or two. We don't have too many technical difficulties anymore because we've got it down pat, but this is part of making, isn't it? Whether you're making a video or you're making a film or you're making a rug or you're making a painting, there are challenges.
The colors are nice together.
They are the two beiges, you mean?
Mm.
Yeah, I like them too. They're right creamy and soft together.
We're good.
Wouldn't this make a nice outfit, Lorna? Like a long
Beautiful.
camel jacket like that?
Yeah, for sure.
And is your mic on, Deanne? Just to double
I did.
check.
Yeah, my mic is on.
Perfect. All
Yeah,
right, we're good.
and it's not banging up against anything. Just we're doing everything right.
Oh!
I really didn't want it to be messed up because I set it up yesterday because Angela wasn't feeling good, and I just thought, I hope I did it right. So I'm happy that it's working right. Okay. So now we've got all this done. We've got this area. We've got these two leaves. I've got to pick out colors for those. This gray over here is not done. I don't know about this gray. It's a little bit flat. So let's just change the color and put some dark gray in there too, just to take some of the flatness out of it, right? Got to mess around a little bit. You can just hear them having fun out at Mansource, can't you? It's like boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to go down here and add a little bit of gray, darker gray. Yesterday I had fun working with Kushpreet, teaching her how to dye some wool. She was doing so beautiful. Did you see the colors that she dyed?
I did. She did a great job.
She did a great job. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody says it's not on Facebook, but just maybe refresh it just to make sure. Like,
yeah, maybe they have to refresh their page.
Yeah, just go up and refresh your page. And
you've checked and it is on Facebook, is it, Angie?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so we're good. Okay, yeah, you always have to refresh your page. Just adding, I'm just darkening up this gray. I think I might make soup for supper tonight. I'm wondering what everybody else is making. You know, I'm always wondering what everybody's having for supper. This is one of the things I'm always curious about. I brought stew for lunch. So tell us what's on the pot tonight, folks. What do you got for supper?
I'm hoping for macaroni casserole, but I don't know.
Are you? You're hoping for macaroni casserole? I'm kind of thinking about making French onion soup. It's good. I might. I'm not sure. Okay. So this gray is done. That's pretty good. I think that will work. I'm going to finish that up today. Do you see the bag behind me, everybody?
I'm kind of waiting for someone to comment, but I haven't.
Here's
seen
the
any
question
yet.
of the day. What would you put in this bag? Just have a look at it. It's jute. It's a jute bag. Burlap, jute, or brin, as we used to call it home. This is Deanne Fitzpatrick, hookingrugs.com. The back is blank. The handles are nice. They're sewn in twice. And inside, it's all lined. It's a nice lining. I'll tell you later how you get one of these bags. Well, you can purchase one, of course. They're available. They're $14.95. But there's another way to get one, too.
Could you hook that?
I don't know. I don't think so because it has plastic on the back. Well, yeah, you could because you could pop through every plastic if you want it. The burlap's a bit fine. But
I looked at that yesterday, though.
yeah, you probably could. I probably wouldn't want to, but some people certainly. I know people will probably hook it, but was not the real intention of the bag. Look at that. Don't tell me I'm running out of that gray. That's going to really bug me. I got to go get another whole skein for like 3 strands. I could have just add some more dark in. Look, if I keep looking around, I'll keep finding
I
it.
seen one long one there. I think.
Did you find a long one, Lorna?
I think when you lifted that
That's
up.
like finding like when you think you ate all your
Is that
mini
not?
eggs.
Is that not it right there?
It's like, no, that's dark gray. But it's like when you eat all your mini eggs. Oh, there's one.
But that's not.
That's a dark gray too. But I found
Oh.
like 3 or 4 small ones here. It's like when you eat all your mini eggs and then you find
I
another one
know.
on the couch. It's
It's
like,
like,
oh, you know. Ah.
I know Tuesday, when I came in, Mary had left me a little bunny on my desk.
Aw.
And I opened it, there was mini eggs. I thought, yes. So I assume it was Mary.
Probably.
Didn't you make mini egg cookies last year?
Yeah, something, yeah.
I think I might have to cave and buy the mini eggs with the peanut butter in them. I don't know about this one. This one's looking a little funny, but I think let's hook around it, because that's the thing. You know, sometimes things don't look right, but when you get in and you go around it, it looks better. So I'm just going to hook around it, getting some of my background. And Northern Seed Pods, it's still very seed poddy weather here, I'll tell you that. Today.
Doesn't look good for the weekend.
No, it looks a little wild, but there was like streaks of snow today.
I think last Saturday was so nice. You just think, oh.
I know you think spring's here, but
yeah.
You're just a fool,
I
really.
know.
You're
Just
just a
March,
fool for
just
March.
March.
It's just March. Just like I wrote. That's what I wrote about in the Sunday letter this week. It's just like, keep your parka on alert. Okay. I'm just going to bring some weight in here. So I really want to get a dent in this today. So we're going to do some hooking. All right. We sent out our first inspiration session last night. I'm really excited about the comments that are going to come in. And if you have questions, you just ask me them. I'm really happy to have sent it out. And what else have we been doing? We've been teaching Kush how to dye. Angie's going to give her a lesson. Greg's giving her a lesson today. I gave her a lesson yesterday. And I've been working on some new projects. I'm going to teach myself some new stuff. Ruth has been working and getting a couple of new stores for us. We have some new orders for some new stores. We're going to be shipping to Novelty and Truro, so they're going to carry our beginner kit, so we're excited about that. And a few other places. And we are looking for stores around North America to carry them. The map went out, the new map went out on the 15th of March, and someone said that they got theirs already, but God bless them, they didn't post them. They didn't post it.
They just said they loved it.
They just said they loved it. I know. I was happy about that. I thought that was thoughtful for everybody else who's waiting for theirs. All the creams. Speaking of cream, have you had any maple cream yet, Orna?
Oh, no, gosh, no.
You don't eat it?
No.
Oh, I've been out there. We probably bought $100 worth between the 3 places. Robert was going to send some to his cousins in the States. And we bought lots of maple. Yeah.
Mary brought in her maple.
Oh, yeah, but
tarts the
yeah.
other day.
Oh, was that maple? I had one of those yesterday and they were excellent.
No wonder I can't fit in any of my clothes. I don't know what I'm going to do for spring and summer.
There's always something sweet here, isn't there?
There is always something sweet.
Yeah. Last night we went to my friend Joanne's. And it was Heather's birthday. And Catherine had made a gorgeous coconut cake. And it was like a coconut. She had used coconut milk in it. It was a coconut cake. And it had like a cream cheese icing. And I just had they were small pieces. So I had 3. And then when I was leaving, I told them not to talk about me because I had that 3rd one.
Must have been good.
Oh, I didn't have anything else to eat the rest of the evening, though. And I just had a nice light fish dinner, so. But it was really
But really,
lovely.
most people would have taken probably a bigger piece.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they weren't, I don't think they were really big pieces. And a lot of times cakes are stacked high
Yeah.
and there's two icing in between them and stuff. This was just like a kind of a smaller bunt cake. I know I'm trying to justify my horrible actions, but oh gosh, it's hard not to live a little sometimes.
And Lorna got quite the compliment from Greg, which is
Yeah,
Best carrot cake he ever ate.
I
and
know.
that's quite something.
And he's a foodie. It was gorgeous.
was, yeah.
Lorna brought us a carrot cake last Thursday. We were going to talk about it on the live, but somehow I didn't see it till after the live.
Well, it was just busy we were busy that day, so
Yeah.
it was just one of those things. And I was kind of panicking because I thought maybe I cooked it too much. And
Oh, it was gorgeous.
It was so moist.
It was so moist, and the icing was so creamy. It was delicious. Everything about it was delicious. We are cake people here. So did you hear what I did? Liz McGregor, I'd asked her to make me a cake, but I sent it to the wrong Elizabeth McGregor, who lived in a different town, in a different place. It's just like, she said, I would love to bring you a cake, but I don't live near you. It was just so funny, foolish. So be careful who you send your emails to. It's easy to get mixed up. Look at this. That is going to be so nice. Is Angie around? Are we going to go get her?
Yeah.
Do you want to go get her?
just one sec.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get the corner all nice. Hi, Angie.
Hello.
Come visit with me. How are you doing?
Doing fantastically well.
Are you?
Thank you.
Tell us who you are here. Who are you, Angie? You've been with us for quite a while.
Is
You've
that
been working
good?
at the studio for how long? Many years?
It's almost 7 years, Deanne.
7 years.
It'll be 7
7 years.
next April, I think.
Well, I feel like I had 7 years good luck.
Aw, that's
That's
sweet.
nice. That's true.
No, I am sort of the ghost in the machine. I
Yeah.
handle processing your shipping. So make sure you give us a civic address if you can, please. I do some dyeing,
Yeah.
and I've had a lot of fun doing that. At one point, I used to be in the shop quite a bit,
Yeah.
but I also explore my own career as an artist.
You're very much an artist. You have shows every year.
I have another one coming up the beginning of May.
Oh, where?
Yeah, Sackville, the Vanderlily, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Vanderlily Gallery, just outside of Sackville, New Brunswick.
Oh, where's that now? Tell me about
It's down a country road. I've just
Great.
met these people. They're
Wonderful.
from Edmonton. They used to
Beautiful.
be curators, and yeah, they've asked me for a few
Wonderful.
pieces, and
Good.
so now I have to do a few pieces.
Great. So you're going to do that. And what medium do you work in, would you say? mostly?
I work in just about everything, but the past few years I've become more and more known for needle felting, textural, some rug hooking,
Yeah.
but mainly mixed media.
Right.
When I hook a rug, I'm just as likely to needle felt or do something else with it as well. Traditionally, going back, my training was in sculpture.
Yeah.
I've done pottery. I've done a lot of different things.
So if people wanted to find you online, where would they look?
I do have a website, but it's still under construction.
Okay.
It's www.tfiproductions.com.
Okay.
If you go there, you're just going to see an under construction site.
Oh, well, that's no good. If they want to see your work, what are they going to see?
If they want to see my work, it will be up there sooner or later, but they can always reach me through email at
Okay.
angela.davis@eastlink.ca.
Yeah.
Or no, at live.ca. Sorry.
You're not on Instagram or Facebook? You
No.
don't do that.
My husband is a programmer, and I tell him he never has to worry about me leaving because I have a clue about
Okay.
most technology.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good that he's good at it. And he is good at it. He's helped us a few times with things
Yeah.
with my computer. Jamie has.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. But
He is a sweet man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's my knight in shining armor. But we've done a lot of different projects over the years. We basically create by not putting any limitations. If there's something I see that I'm interested in and I want to expand on that, I do. And because I don't know what you can't do,
Yeah.
you discover all sorts of new and innovative ways of maybe doing something traditional in a
good
different
approach.
way.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach to rug hooking too.
Well, I think it comes down to how you learn.
Yeah.
As a young woman during the 70s, it was very easy for me to apprentice myself. These days, it's a little harder. But what I would do as a teenager, I would find an artist or somebody that I was really interested in, and I would go into their studios and offer to do all the jobs that nobody wanted to do, like
Right.
cleaning floors and brushes and things like that, in return for a little bit of practical knowledge.
Yeah.
And as a side benefit, it gave me a really good background in learning how to care for my instruments and the equipment. It gave me a taste of doing glasswork, doing pottery, sculpture, oils, a little bit of everything. And whatever interested me at the time, that's what I expounded on.
So you're a dyer at the studio here, like you do it at your studio. You have your own dye studio.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day I called you and I said, I love Surratt, that yarn that we have, Surratt. And it just always makes me happy. It's a yarn I go to again and again. And it's over ragwool, right?
Yeah.
And I said, let's see what you can do with ragwool. So let's show them your collection.
Our collection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ragwool is great
collection.
because
Whatever.
it gives
I didn't
you
do
texture.
much for it, but other than just say, come on, talk to me about this. So let's look at these here.
No, don't trip yourself.
Look at me going around with a strand of wool.
So this is our collection, and ragwool, if you don't know what that is, it has a bit of a fleck. It's strands woven together, so you have a little bit of a fleck through it, and it gives it a depth, a texture that you wouldn't normally see in one color. And it makes it easy to have a shade happen when you're hooking.
Yeah, it does. It's really beautiful. So these you were inspired by different artists,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this one was
After the Starry Night,
Van Gogh. So let's hold that up for everybody, Angie, and show them what you got there.
Actually, it kind of matches my...
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
So you have different shades of yellows that graduate into greens and blues, and it just gives your eye a break too when you're hooking, to all of a sudden come across this little gradation in color.
Yeah, it does. I can see this like in a sky
Mm-hmm.
for sure, but I can also see it in the landscape. I think it would be beautiful landscape
Be nice
colors.
in mountains, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. And then this is
Klimt.
So you got, look at those.
So we have the yellows and the golds, and the Klimt is an enigma. The paintings, the work, the flecking, everything.
I'll just unwind this one so that
goes into, like, one color just
Yeah.
blends into the other.
Beautiful. I love these. And I love that they're over the ragwool. I think that's just,
Well,
it's a surprise,
yeah,
right?
It does. And it like I say, it kind of gives you a nice depth when you're working with it.
This might be my favorite right
You
now.
like that?
I love
You
this
love
one.
the blues and browns.
I do.
This one is Botticelli.
Yeah. So
And
this is sand to shore, like,
Mhm.
right? Just, sand to sea.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's very...
So this is Botticelli.
Can you hold that up there?
Sure.
Wow.
So that one, if you pictured, especially our Northumberland sand, kind of looks like that when it's white. But then you could get the waves, you could get that whole texture.
Really, really, really lovely. What do we have here?
This one is O'Keeffe.
Georgia.
Yes. And she tends to go with some really interesting contrasts and colors. I was looking at one, it was almost, I think it was a morning glory or a petunia when I was thinking about this. But you almost think she's monochromatic, and then you look deeper and you realize how much color she actually uses in her pieces.
Each of these skeins, like, you can take this skein and then divide it in half and keep half of it variegated. And then you can take the other half and you can get your pinks and your greens and your grays.
Yeah, it's
just
one-stop
It's
shopping.
a one, yeah. They're a great way to build your stash.
This one is Renoir, and this one is actually one of my favorites because it's so gradual and it's so contrasting. If you look at Renoir's painting of the two sisters, there are all these murky, dramatic colors in the background. And Renoir used a lot of muted backgrounds to bring the onlooker into his foreground so that your attention was on the subject, but it was influenced by that moody background. So that one, Renoir. This one is Chagall. And anyone who's familiar with Chagall, I'm a huge Chagall fan. The Jerusalem windows are some of my favorite pieces. And he goes with these beautiful, deep, deep blues. And he contrasts. Chagall's all about contrast. But they're very solid colors for the most part, with some interesting variations.
Yeah. You almost see a horse in the sky.
Yeah, really.
You know, like, yeah.
This one I think is probably my very favorite.
It is really rich and beautiful.
I'm a huge fan of Dali, Salvador Dali. And this is, if you look at any of Dali's pieces, the timepiece ones, you'll see these really dramatic browns and blues mixed together. And it just gives it such a depth of field, such a beautiful feeling about the whole piece. For the shock value of some of his work, he has these beautiful, calming, wonderful colors.
Close up of that, because it is so rich. Now, I think the thing I think about, like with this inspires a whole rug for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
like
want to see it.
Yeah, I can see how this would be like. That's the good thing about these pieces, is that you've already got a palette developed in all of them. But yeah, I think this one is mine for sure. I love it.
That one.
I'm going to get this whole
landscape.
collection. I love it. It would make a beautiful, beautiful landscape, which is what I'm working on
Is
right
this
now.
collection on the website under new products?
It's under new products on the website, but it's something special about this collection. We're doing a limited edition. It's not just. It's the whole collection, but it's a limited edition collection.
This one's Monet, because I'm a huge Monet. Claude Monet is probably one of my favorite impressionists. And my first
I think
trip.
you've said that about everyone.
This one's a
She
special.
just loves art.
I do.
Yeah.
And my very first trip to New York, I went to the Modern. And a friend of mine and I were there for an exhibit by Jean Miro. I went to one of the galleries and they had windows facing out on the courtyard. It was fall in New York, beautiful. Turned around and all of Claude Monet's Lily Pond was on the back. Wow. I had no idea that it was being shown there. My knees gave out. That's me in drama. But it was huge. You don't really get that overwhelming sense of what he did. And you have to remember, he was almost blind when he painted those. But these canvases are monsters. They're huge. So that's our collection. And Deanne, like you said.
What we're going to do is, because sometimes it's hard to get them exactly, like if you do it 6 weeks apart, the water changes. We're going to do a limited edition, and we're going to issue this. We may keep one or two of these in our regular group of colors for a while. But if you want it, you will pre-order it, and Angie will make them, because we've got to order in everything for it. We've got to make sure we got the dyes. We've got to make sure we got the rag wool, and we need to know how many that we're doing. And you're going to make them all at once so that we can keep a consistency of color for these.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things that we're working on. And if you want to order, it's now under new products. And I don't know if it's under collections or not, but it might be. Somebody better get the phone. Anyway, so there it is. This is our complete collection, and I think we called it. What did we call it, Angela? Do you remember? It's artist series
edition
on
artist
rag
series?
wool, the limited edition artist series. So that's our wool. This is our wool story for today, our color story. And
It
Angie,
was so much fun
you
to do.
are a magnificent wool dyer,
Oh,
and
thank you.
I don't know. I'm going to get the whole collection, but I already know what I'm doing with this one. I feel like I know what I'm doing with this one because I just bought a book on Northern Lights.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the gradation there.
I know. Isn't that rich and gorgeous? So I'm really happy with this collection. And I love that every little bit of it is flecked, and it's going to add a lot of depth and body to the wool. And on the 25th of May, we're doing this workshop. I think there are 2 spots, maybe 3 spots left. I'm not sure. There's not very many. It's probably going to go off the website very soon. So if you want to grab a spot, grab a spot. And anything that we ship out of the studio this week with over $69, just what we're shipping this week. So it wouldn't include the collections or anything because they're not going to ship. Those will ship. You think those will be done in mid-April or late April?
Probably. It depends on when we have the wool to do it.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Mid-April.
So all
April.
orders over $69 this week that we ship from the studio, you will receive one of these beautiful bags. Let's look in. And I'm just going to, this is my bag now. And I feel like I'm going to just do a little shopping. And I'm going to pop 1, 2. How many skeins does this contain? About, let me see. Did I get that one?
And that's 69 excluding shipping and
That's
tax?
69 excluding shipping and taxes. So 60 any like if you buy $69 worth of product, we'll include a bag. And I love the bag. It kind of used the rugs from inspired by the show that I had at the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, and I just love it. And you know, you can just sort of make things pop out. And you can just like, oh, it's so cute. I love it. And yeah, you could probably hook on it, but I wouldn't hook on it because I hook too thick. But Angie, what happens when you share rug hooking, do you think?
I think you bring a whole new world to life for a lot of different people. It's an attainable art. It's worth sharing, and it's a sense of community that just brings us all together. Doesn't matter if you're experienced, if you're first starting out, or if you've been doing it for years. It's something relatable to all people. You can teach your grandchildren. You can teach your husband. It's something that brings us all together.
It is. So that's our story today. And Angie, that's why we've been working together for 7 years. Really, because we know the value.
The craft shows, remember?
Yeah.
Way back when.
Way back when. So it is an important craft, and it's important to express yourself, and it's important to share what you know and teach other people to hook rugs because you never know what you're teaching them. Thank you for watching today. Thank you for being part of our studio life and our studio community. And thank you to Lorna and Angela, who I often forget to thank, but who I